First of all, I'd like to ask this. When was the last time you looked at a photo of yourself and said, "Is that really me?" After all, your face is the same, your hair is the same, and the clothes are, of course, from your own closet. But something's missing, isn't it? You might not be able to put your finger on what it is, but you probably feel it. What I'm trying to say is that I first noticed this in Maria's face. She was 48 years old and worked as a branch manager at a bank. She dressed very neatly, not expensively, but neatly. Every morning she'd pull her hair back, put on her makeup, and head to work just like that. One day she came to me and held out her phone. On the screen was a photo from her daughter's wedding. "Everyone says I look tired," she said, "but I'm not tired. That day was the happiest day of my life." When I looked at the photo, I saw she was absolutely right. She wasn't tired. It was just that some small details, I suppose, weren't quite right. For example, her hair color made her skin look a bit grayish. Or her necklace, earrings, and even her ring seemed to be competing with one another. And especially her shoes. Her shoes didn't belong with that dress. They literally belonged to the Maria from 3 years ago. That's really the whole point. It's not actually about looking better by adding more things. First, you have to remove what's wrong. What makes a woman look tired is almost certainly not her face. It's the small, subtle mistakes she makes around her face. Most of the time, these are mistakes no one ever mentions to you. Today, I'm going to try to explain 10 effective tips on this topic. None of them involve spending money. Be sure to stick around until the end, because what you'll learn, especially in the last 3 points, will have an incredible impact on how you look 5 years from now. If you're ready, let's get started. 1. Don't let your hair color clash with your skin's undertone. Let's go back to Maria's story, because that's where it all begins. Her hair was dark chestnut. For years, she'd had the same cut, the same stylist, and always sat in the same chair. She'd convinced herself, "It suits me." Of course, it used to suit her, but that was when she was 30. Ultimately, your skin changes with age. Especially after 45, as the pigment in your face diminishes, you begin to look paler and more translucent. Plus, even if your hair color stays the same, your face gets lost beneath it. That tired look in Maria's wedding photo was exactly that. A dark frame surrounding a faded painting. I especially want you to understand this. Hair color isn't just a fashion choice, it's practically a light source for your face. The wrong hair shade can easily accentuate redness in your skin, deepen the lines under your eyes, and even wash out the color of your lips. The right shade, on the other hand, does the exact opposite. It makes you look as if you're wearing makeup, even without any. So you might ask me, how do I find the right shade? First, I recommend looking at the inside of your wrist. If your veins appear blue-purple, you have a cool undertone. If they look greenish, you have a warm undertone. If they're both, you're actually neutral. It's that simple. Cool skin tones are easily brightened with ash tones that don't lean toward yellow. Warm skin tones, on the other hand, are just as easily softened with honey and caramel tones. You don't need to memorize this rule, just look at your wrist. Also, be sure to avoid this mistake. Dyeing your hair dark at the roots to cover gray hair. This creates a harsh line across your face, and after age 45 your hair should be lightened by at least one shade. It definitely shouldn't be covered up. That sharp, dark line at the roots in particular makes your facial features look much harsher. A soft transition, on the other hand, helps make you look younger. Afterward, Maria went to her hairstylist. "Don't do anything to me," she said. "Just lighten it by 2 shades and add a little highlight around my face." The hairstylist was quite surprised by this request from a woman who had been wearing the same dark chestnut color for 20 years. If you're wondering about the result, no one said to her, "You dyed your hair." Everyone said, "You look incredibly refreshed." That's exactly the difference I'm talking about. A good change isn't noticed as a change. It's seen in the result. Here's my advice for you. Stand in front of the mirror this week. For example, pull your hair back and look at your face first. Then let your hair down and look again. If your face glows when your hair is down, you're definitely on the right track. If it looks duller, then the color you've been loyal to for years is definitely letting you down. Of course, loyalty is a beautiful thing, but that doesn't apply to hair color. By the way, subscribing to the channel means a lot to me. Liking the video and supporting it with hype also directly helps this content reach more people. Thank you so much in advance for your support. 2. When it comes to jewelry, remember that one right piece says more than 10 wrong ones. Generally speaking, do you know where people's eyes go first when you walk into a room? Definitely not your face. It's the sparkly things. It's a reflex, you can't stop it. If your necklace, bracelet, earrings and ring are all sparkling at the same time, the person across from you will naturally have their eyes scattered across 4 different spots and won't really focus on any one of them. Your face will thus get lost behind all that sparkle. Actually, that's why the rule you need to follow here is quite simple. There should be one focal point and one story. For example, if you're wearing large earrings, you shouldn't wear a necklace. Or if you're wearing a chunky necklace, your earrings should be very small. Another example, if you're wearing a bracelet, it should be on just one wrist. Remember, a woman who wears them all at once isn't really wearing any of them properly. Also, pay attention to the metal color, because the undertone makes all the difference here. Especially for women with cool skin tones, silver and white gold brighten the complexion considerably. For women with warm skin tones, on the other hand, yellow gold warms the face even more. When you do the opposite of what I've described, the jewelry doesn't seem to sit naturally on your skin. It looks as if it's just resting on top of it. In other words, it stands out as a separate object, as if it doesn't belong to you. Also, the size of the jewelry should be proportional to your facial features. For example, large earrings can overwhelm a face with delicate features. On a face with strong features, tiny earrings, on the other hand, get lost. You can test this out in front of a mirror. If the earrings look too big for your face, then you'll need to make an adjustment, as I described. In addition to this, wearing the same small gold chain or the same ring every day, and this isn't monotony at all, actually. It's a kind of signature. There are women who have worn the same single ring for 20 years. That ring is no longer just an accessory. It's practically a part of her, and people remember her by that ring. This is exactly the kind of situation I'm talking about. An example of wearing jewelry correctly. In other words, the point isn't to draw attention, but to be recognized. Don't waste any time. Open your jewelry box tonight. Dump everything onto the table, and then ask yourself this question. Which of these pieces tells a story on its own, even without me? Set aside the ones that don't have an answer in a separate box. The ones that remain are now your jewelry. The rest, unfortunately, are just things you've collected. 3. An unironed outfit is enough to make even the most expensive fabric look worn out. We've come to one of the most important and valuable points. A wrinkled shirt says, "This woman doesn't make time for herself." You might actually be making time for yourself. You might have gotten up early, done your hair and taken care of your skin, but that crease on your shirt's shoulder erases it all. People take in your appearance as a whole, and the weakest link determines the story. Actually, here's the irony. Expensive clothes wrinkle more easily. Linen, silk, 100% cotton. They're all natural. They all wrinkle. Cheap synthetic fabrics stay perfectly smooth, but make your skin sweat and reflect light poorly. So buying something expensive and not ironing it looks worse than buying something cheap. I want you to know that the solution isn't an ironing board, it's steam. A small handheld steamer glides over your clothes, hanging in the closet in 2 minutes, while you're getting dressed in the morning or while your coffee is brewing. Even hanging your clothes on a hanger behind the bathroom door while you take a hot shower will remove most wrinkles. This isn't a ritual. It's like brushing your teeth. Of course, there's also this. Before you get in the car, gently pull your skirt or pants up slightly from where you'll be sitting. That way, the waistband won't fold when you sit down and there won't be any wrinkles when you stand up. Simple, something our mothers knew but we've forgotten. In addition to that, check the hangers in your closet. Thin wire hangers leave marks on your shoulders. Thick, soft hangers don't. How your clothes are hung in the closet determines how they look when you wear them. You can't fix something that's already been ruined before you put it on. Ultimately, before getting dressed tomorrow morning, turn your back to the mirror. Look at your back. Look at your shoulders. Because you see yourself from the front, but people see you from every angle. A wrinkle on your back undermines all the care you've taken on the front. 4. The condition of your shoes says a lot about you before your face ever does. I'd like to start with this fact. Linda taught me this point. She's a 61-year-old woman who worked as a real estate consultant in Savannah for 30 years. She has short grey hair, always wears the same beige trench coat, and holds her hands in the air while she speaks. One day, while having coffee, I asked her, "How did you read a client in the first 3 seconds over 30 years?" She answered without hesitation, "I look at their shoes." She continued, "People can make their faces lie. They smile. They look warm. They can make their clothes lie too. But shoes don't lie. A shoe with a worn-down heel, a scuffed toe or faded laces tells me that person doesn't take care of themselves. Someone who doesn't take care of themselves doesn't take care of their home. And someone who doesn't take care of their home doesn't take care of their money either." I jotted that sentence down that day, because it was true. Now, speaking of you, how many pairs of shoes do you have in your closet? And how many of them have heels in good condition? A woman spends hours on her hair, her skin, and her makeup. Then she walks out the door in a pair of worn-out shoes. Everything she builds from the top down crumbles at the bottom. The solution here isn't to buy new shoes, it's to make the ones you have last. Heel repair takes an hour and costs a few dollars. Applying cream to leather shoes once a month takes 5 minutes. Brushing suede takes 2 minutes. These aren't luxuries, they're a sign of respect for what you own. In addition, rotate your shoes daily. Don't wear the same pair 2 days in a row. Leather needs to breathe and regain its shape. 3 pairs of shoes worn in rotation will last 3 times longer than 1 pair worn every day. It's not math, it's just observation. In fact, something like this happened. One day I asked Linda about her shoes. They were plain beige leather shoes, simple. "I've had these for 12 years, she said. "The heels have been replaced 3 times, the soles twice." The shoes looked as good as new. Those shoes told me how a woman treats herself, before her face even did. 5. Your glasses frame is the frame of your face. The wrong choice can make you look much older than you are. Before I begin this very important point, let me first say this. Even if you don't wear glasses now, listen, because one day you will. After 45, everyone ends up with a pair of reading glasses, and those glasses are usually frames picked up off a pharmacy shelf, chosen without much thought, with the attitude of, "I'll only wear them once in a while anyway." But those frames sit right in the middle of your face, every day, in every photo. In fact, frames that don't match your face shape either make your face look bigger or smaller. Round frames on a round face make the face look even rounder. Angular frames on an angular face make the features look harsher. The rule works the other way around too. Slightly angular frames for a round face and soft-edged frames for an angular face. The frame complements what's missing from your face. Color is also important. Very dark, thick black frames deepen the shadows under the face, making the under-eye area appear more sunken. After age 45, transparent, honey, and soft brown tones soften the face. The top line of the frame should be parallel to your eyebrows. A frame that extends above the eyebrows adds 2 eyebrows to the face. A frame that sits too low, on the other hand, makes the eyes look smaller. Of course, there's also the matter of the lenses. Anti-reflective coating. Many women aren't aware of this. On uncoated lenses, every light source and every camera flash leaves a white spot over your eyes. Your eyes become invisible, and when your eyes aren't visible, your face becomes unreadable. A small addition makes a big difference. I'd also like to point out this. The woman who perches her glasses on top of her head, messing up her hair. The woman who hangs her glasses on her blouse collar, pulling at the collar. The woman who lets her glasses get scratched at the bottom of her bag. Glasses are an accessory, not a tool. How you treat them is a small reflection of how you treat yourself. Find a good time to visit the optician. Try them on, look in the mirror. Hold at least 5 frames up to your face. Take a photo, then look at it at home. What you see in the mirror is different from what you see in the photo. People see you as you appear in the photo. A single frame can make your face look 10 years younger or 10 years older. The choice is yours. 6. Relax the muscles in your face. A clenched jaw and furrowed brow can make you look much harsher than you actually are. For example, right now as you're reading this sentence, are your teeth touching? Stop. Check. Most women say no and then realize, yes, they are. The upper jaw is pressing down on the lower jaw. Your tongue is pressed against the roof of your mouth. Your eyebrows are slightly furrowed. No one is angry, no one is sad. But your face looks as if it's fighting something. You don't see this, because this is your normal face, but the person across from you sees it every single day. Here's the reality. There are more than 40 muscles in your face, and most of them are working without you even realizing it. Your forehead tenses when you look at a computer screen. Your jaw clenches during a phone call. Your lips press together in traffic. Over the years, these small, repeated contractions etch an expression onto your face, one that reads as tired or tense, even when you're at rest. People look at this face and say, he's a serious person. Yet all you're doing is clenching your teeth. Actually, there's real data here, because I don't want to make this up. Studies on perceived age have shown that people with negative or tense facial expressions are estimated to be several years older than they actually are, compared to the same face in a neutral and relaxed state. Same face, same skin, same lighting, just different muscle tension. This means the tension in your face isn't a cream problem, it's a habit problem, and unlike a cream, a habit can be changed for free. Here, let me give you a little technique. 5 times a day, at random moments, ask yourself these 3 questions. Where is your tongue? Where are your teeth? Where are your eyebrows? Let your tongue lift off the roof of your mouth and rest on the floor of your mouth. Leave a space between your teeth about the thickness of a piece of paper. Let your eyebrows soften, as if someone had gently placed a warm towel on your forehead. This takes 3 seconds. But 5 times a day, that's 150 times a month. The face learns a new resting position. There was a woman who was an assistant principal at an elementary school in Phoenix. She was in her early 50s, had red hair, and spoke very quickly. She told me, "Everyone thinks I'm angry, but I'm not angry at all." I looked at her face. Her jaw was clenched, her forehead furrowed, the corners of her lips turned down. That face really did look angry. It wasn't her. I suggested this jaw exercise to her. Open your mouth slightly and slowly slide your lower jaw side to side 5 times, morning and evening. Also, stick a small dot on the edge of the screen. Every time you see it, relax your jaw. 3 weeks later, she wrote, "My students have started asking me more questions." Nothing had changed. Her face had softened. Looking at it from another angle, there's also the issue of nighttime. Teeth grinding during sleep is one of the main causes of that heaviness in your face in the morning. If your jaw hurts when you wake up in the morning, or if your temples are tender, that's a sign. You're clenching at night. Relaxing your jaw for 2 minutes before bed, gently massaging from in front of your ears toward your jawbone with your fingers, reduces nighttime muscle tension. A relaxed face during the day starts with a relaxed jaw at night. Remember, a beautiful face isn't one that doesn't move. It's one that doesn't move unnecessarily. Use your muscles, but not in a fight. 7. Slow down your pace and try to take longer steps. Of course, it's easy to look good while standing still. Everyone looks good in a photo. The real issue is what happens when you step out of the photo and start walking, because people mostly see you in motion, in a hallway, in a parking lot, or as you enter a cafe. And movement reveals everything that your posture doesn't. Are you rushing? Are you carrying your weight or dragging it? Where are your feet pointing? Of course, there's also this. No one taught me this. I saw it myself, in a hospital waiting room. A woman in her 50s, not very tall, wearing a navy blue dress, her hair in a messy bun. She walked through the door. There were 15 people in the room. All 15 looked up. Why? She didn't shout. She wasn't beautiful. She had an ordinary face. But her walk was different. Her steps were slow and long. Her shoulders weren't pulled back, but they were lowered. Her head wasn't tilted up or down. It was looking straight ahead. She walked as if she was certain she belonged in that room. 2 months later, I ran into the same woman at the same hospital. This time, she was escorting her daughter-in-law from one room to another. The daughter-in-law was 25 years younger than her. The younger woman was running. She was walking. My eyes were drawn to her again. The point is this: a body in a hurry says, "I don't belong here. I'll just get through quickly." A body that walks slowly says, "I am here." Both cover the same distance, but one is invisible, the other is visible. Speed distracts. Slowness focuses attention. This isn't a matter of character. It's a mechanical thing. It has to do with how wide your leg is spread and how your heel strikes the ground. Here's how you can practice this throughout the day. Extend your stride by 1 foot's length compared to your normal stride, but don't change your speed. In other words, take fewer steps in the same amount of time. This alone will make your walk more composed. Then there's the heel. Let the heel touch the ground first, then the middle of the foot, then the toes. Many women plant their entire foot, making a thud sound. Even that sound makes a person seem Kulu. A foot that rolls from heel to toe makes no sound. A woman who walks silently exudes a quiet authority, even in a crowd. Additionally, your arms. Don't forget this. Arms swinging as if running, arms clasped tightly, arms tucked in pockets. All three are wrong. Keep your arms at your sides with a relaxed, light sway. Carry your bag on one shoulder or in one arm, it doesn't matter, but let the other arm hang freely. A free arm signifies confidence. A woman with both hands occupied appears to be hiding. Besides these, there's also where you look while walking. A woman who looks at the ground is looking at the ground. People read this immediately. She's running away from something. A woman who looks straight ahead claims the path she's walking. A woman who walks while looking at her phone, however, isn't looking anywhere, and she isn't really anywhere. When entering a cafe, an office, or a home, put your phone in your pocket. 3 seconds. Show your face until you've passed through the door. Finally, try this week. At the mall, in the parking lot, anywhere. Take longer strides, slow down, let your arms hang freely, and look straight ahead. 5 minutes later, you'll notice something strange. People are making way for you. No one said a word to you. You didn't say anything either, but something changed. 8. Try to consciously choose colors close to your face. At the first opportunity, open your closet. Look at the items closest to your face. Shirt collars, sweaters, scarves, jacket collars. Their color determines how your face looks that day. More so than your foundation, more so than your lipstick, because light reflects off the fabric close to your face and hits your skin. The wrong color steals the light. The right color gives the light to you. Actually, old photos show this most clearly. Look at 2 photos taken in the same week. In one, you look vibrant. In the other, you look pale. Your skin is the same. Your sleep is the same. Your makeup is the same. The only difference is the color of the sweater you're wearing. In one, the color complements your skin tone. In the other, it clashes with it. It's not the photographer's fault, it's your closet's fault. Actually, there's another truth. The rule comes back to the wrist test mentioned in the first point. If your undertone is cool, warm oranges, mustard yellows, and warm beiges will make your face look sallow. Bright white, navy blue, burgundy, and emerald green suit a woman with a cool undertone. If your undertone is warm, ice blues, bright white, and fuchsia will make your skin look grey. Women with warm skin tones look best in cream, olive green, terracotta, and warm brown. Don't memorize these, just do this. Stand in front of a mirror in natural daylight without makeup. Hold two pieces of fabric in different colors, one after the other under your chin. With one, the area under your eyes softens and your lip color brightens. With the other, your skin looks blotchy. The fabric chooses you, you don't choose the fabric. Of course, let me address the topic of black separately. People think black suits everyone. It doesn't. After age 45, black sharpens the shadows beneath your face. It creates a harsh line on your neck and jawline. If you love black, keep it away from your face. Black pants, a black skirt, black shoes, fine. But for areas close to your face, try navy, dark grey, dark green, or brown. Same seriousness, but a softer look. In addition to this, there's the matter of the season, something most women overlook. In winter, the skin looks pale. In summer, it takes on a warmer tone. The color that looks right at a Thanksgiving dinner table in November isn't the same as the one that looks right on a beach in July. Lean a bit toward warm tones in winter. Be a little bolder in summer. Your wardrobe changes with the season, and so should your face. For example, try this for a week. Every morning before getting dressed, hold the garment up to your chin and look at it for 2 seconds in natural daylight. If your face lights up, wear it. If it looks washed out, hang it back up. By the end of the week, you'll have a pile of clothes in your closet you've never worn. That pile is what your closet has been trying to tell you for years. Color isn't just an accessory. Color is a source of light. Hold the right one close to your face. 9. A 2-minute morning face massage eliminates puffiness and fatigue before you even look in the mirror. Now, the critical point here is this. That puffy face you see when you look in the mirror in the morning, those heavy eyelids, that blurred jawline. None of this is aging. Most of it is fluid that has accumulated on your face overnight. You lay flat, lymph didn't flow, and fluid pooled in the lower half of your face. This is something everyone experiences in the early morning hours. What makes the difference is what you do with that fluid. Most women apply foundation over it. Covering up the fluid doesn't make it go away. To give an example, the lymphatic system doesn't pump on its own. It doesn't have a motor like the heart. It flows through movement, muscle contractions, and touch. That's why spending 2 minutes on your face in the morning makes up for the 8 hours your face spent motionless. And I want to add this because it's true. A study conducted in Japan measured that regular facial massage significantly increases subcutaneous blood flow, and this effect lasts for minutes after the treatment. So a radiant complexion isn't a myth, it's the blood flowing to the skin. Basically, here's the method. Memorize it. Clean face, a few drops of oil or moisturizer. Make sure your hands are slippery. 1. Using your fingertips, stroke down from both sides of your neck, from below the ears toward the collarbone, 10 times. This clears the path first. 2. From the center of your chin toward your ear, along the jawline, 10 times with both hands. 3. From the sides of the nose toward the temples, just below the cheekbones, 10 times. 4. From under the eyes outward, using your ring finger, very gently, 5 times. 5. From the center of the forehead toward the temples, 10 times. Then repeat on the neck, toward the collarbone. The fluid flows down the path you've opened, 2 minutes, while the coffee is brewing. I'd also like to add this, regarding pressure. Don't press down, just stroke. Don't pull the skin, just glide. Think of it like sweeping water off a piece of paper to the side. A firm massage doesn't tighten the skin, it irritates it. A gentle massage, on the other hand, carries the fluid. If your hands are light, the result is powerful. Of course, this is something you can see with your own eyes. Just do it on your left cheek. Don't do it on the right. Look in the mirror. The left side is lifted, the right side is sagging. The jawline is sharp on the left, blurred on the right. 2 minutes ago, both were the same. Seeing this is more effective than just believing it. Once you see it, you'll find it hard not to do it every morning. Let's look at it from another angle. The nighttime factor. Half the battle against morning puffiness begins at night. Eating salty food late at night leads to morning puffiness. If your pillow is too low, fluid accumulates in your face. Raise your pillow by a finger's width. Try sleeping on your back, not with your face buried in the pillow. Remember, a woman who sleeps with her face pressed against the pillow wakes up every morning with one side of her face more swollen than the other. These are small things, but your morning reflection is the sum of these small things. If your face tells you, "I'm tired" in the morning, most of the time it isn't actually tired. It just hasn't been touched. 10. Change your hair part. The cheapest way to fix your face shape might be hidden at the tip of a comb. Yes, I promised this at the beginning. This was the thing Maria's daughter asked about. "Mom, what did you do?" Nothing. She simply took her center part and, using the tip of a comb, shifted it to just above her left eyebrow. 30 seconds, and her face changed. Why? Because a hair part creates a line across the face. That line divides the face in two. When the dividing line changes, the face's proportions change. People see the proportions, they don't see the line. For example, think about why you've been parting your hair in the same spot for years. Chances are you've never thought about it. Your hair parted there, so you just left it that way. Most women are still using the part they chose at 16 when they're 60, but their faces have changed. Their cheeks have sagged, their eyebrows have drooped, and their foreheads have widened. A part chosen at 16 isn't suitable for a 60-year-old face. Here's what you need to do. A center part emphasizes symmetry. If your face is symmetrical, it looks beautiful. If not, it highlights every flaw. And most faces aren't symmetrical. A side part softens asymmetry. The closer the part is to the fuller side of your face, the smaller that side appears. Wide forehead. Move the part further to the side to cover the part that adds volume to the top of your face. Long face. Move the part all the way to the side to widen the face. Round face. A deep side part draws a diagonal line across the face and elongates it. In addition to these, the real secret isn't the direction, it's the height. Look at the roots of your hair. Hair that's been parted in the same spot for years has lain flat at that point. The roots are flat, and the hair lies against the face. When you shift the part just one finger's width, the roots that have been lying flat for years stand up. Volume instantly forms on top of the hair. That volume lifts the upper part of the face. The lifted upper part visually pulls the sagging cheeks upward. This isn't a haircut, it's just a finger. Now, as for how to do it, while your hair is damp, place the tip of a comb at the level of the outer corner of your eyebrow. Draw a straight line backward from there. Part your hair along that line. Dry it. Look in the mirror. Then do the same for the other side. Take 2 photos. Trust the photo, not your own eyes. Which side makes your face look more vibrant, more lifted? That's your new part. Maybe. Because switching it up once a week is good too. It keeps the roots from lying flat and maintains volume. Don't, under any circumstances, leave this to a hairstylist. A hairstylist sticks to their habits. They won't look out for you. A hairstylist combs your hair the way they see it, not the way they see your face. The part is in your hands. Nothing in your closet, nothing in your makeup bag delivers results this cheaply and this quickly. Let me add this. Maria changed her part, lightened her hair by 2 shades, took off her necklace and sent her shoes to be repaired. 4 changes. None of them took more than a day. A month later, she took another photo side by side with her daughter's wedding photos. The same face. A completely different woman. To summarize the 10 points I mentioned, I can say this. Looking better doesn't mean becoming a different woman. It's about removing what's wrong with you, and as you do, more of who you truly are will emerge. As you can see, Maria wasn't a different woman a month later. Maria, who had been lost behind her hair, her necklace and her shoes for years, finally stepped into the spotlight just by doing this. Tomorrow morning, you can choose one of these points and incorporate it into your life. Then, add another one later. In fact, open this video again in 10 days and take a look at your list. Because the woman reading the list will no longer be the same person as the woman who created it. Remember, this channel is about a woman rediscovering herself in the mirror. Topics like this that catch your interest will continue to appear here every week. So be sure not to forget to subscribe to the channel. Take very good care of yourself until the next video, because you deserve it.